Archangel Michael reveals. Your name is being written in heaven right now, but if you turn away, that light may fade. My child, my beloved, I speak with urgency because this moment is sacred, and time is not moving slowly for you. I have been standing near the gates of heaven, carrying your name before the throne, asking for one more measure of mercy and another wave of miracles on your behalf. But I must tell you the truth. Heaven is watching your response. This is not an ordinary moment. The message before you was delayed for weeks, held back until your heart was prepared to receive it. I know the battles you have been fighting in silence and the weight you carried unseen by others. But I have not only been watching, I have been fighting for your name to remain written in a place no evil can touch, no enemy can erase, and no darkness can enter. Your destiny has been guarded more than you know in heaven today. Yet, if you scroll past this message, I must warn you, something will shift in a direction that may not favor you. I do not want you to discover that truth too late, after the door has already begun to close before you without warning. Before I go any further, pause and listen closely. This is not merely another message passing across your screen. This is a divine reservation notice, a sacred signal from the great books of light in heaven, written for you alone today. In those books, heaven assigns names to seats at the table of favor, healing, and miracles. And right now, your seat is trembling. The light beside your name is blinking, waiting for confirmation from your spirit in this very hour. Do not ignore this moment, because I, Michael, have been assigned to keep that name shining. But I cannot keep the flame alive for someone who continues to walk away from the very mercy heaven is offering in this sacred hour today. I say this with compassion, but I also say it with fire. If you skip this moment, I cannot promise that your seat will remain untouched. Heaven moves with mercy, but it also moves with order and timing in the spirit realm above today. There are blessings assigned to names, and when a name is removed from the scroll, the blessing begins to move toward another place. You must not allow that to happen to you, my child. My beloved, not now, not in this sacred hour. Can you not feel the urgency rising in your spirit right now? That trembling in your heart is not fear without meaning. It is heaven calling you to pause, return, and receive what has been placed before your name in this very hour. This is your moment to answer before the light beside your name grows dim. Stay close, listen fully, and let your spirit say yes, because what heaven has written for you is too precious to be lost through delay in this very hour now. That's not just fear or curiosity. That's your soul waking up. That's the echo of heaven pulling at your chest, whispering, "Stay. Listen. This is your moment." And you're not seeing this by accident. Out of thousands, millions even, you were chosen to receive this message now, not tomorrow, not next week. Because the forces that have tried to delay your calling, your money, your marriage, your healing, they're about to fall. But they will only fall if you stay until the end of what I am revealing. I cannot make you trust, but I can tell you what's waiting if you do. Before I reveal what's hidden, let me ask you something sacred. Will you subscribe to this call? Not just with a button, but with your heart. Because this channel has been chosen as a carrier of divine updates your spirit can't afford to. Your name has appeared in heaven multiple times, but every time you hesitate, the angel girls are told to hold back what they were about to deliver. I want to keep your name on the release scroll, but only if you show that you're ready to receive. So subscribe now, spiritually and fully. Let it be your signal to the angelic realm that you are not just passing by. You are claiming what was written. My child, my beloved, the enemy has been negotiating behind your back to take your name. I'm out of the record of protection. You felt it, haven't you? The strange delays, the sudden confusion, the doors that were about to open suddenly closing. These were not coincidences. These were spiritual attacks triggered when your name began to rise in the realm of light. But now I am being given permission to tell you, heaven is about to reverse the entire sure thing, but only if you accept this message in full. The reversal has a conditioned obedience to the whisperer, and this message is that whisper. You don't know what's happening in the hidden places. I've seen what's been planned. I've seen who has spoken against you, and I've seen who will try again if you walk away now. But what they do not know is that God has signed a new decree for your life. The ink is still fresh, but the scroll is still open, and I'm trying to keep your name from being wiped away by hesitation. Because I promise you, your name being erased from this record would shift everything. The divine protection would falter. The flow of blessing would slow. And you would start to notice it in the form of delays, confusion, emotional exhaustion. I don't want that for you. But your decision right now will decide everything. My child, my beloved, do you know what happens when a name is reserved in heaven? Angels begin preparing blessings that match the frequency of that name. I'm talking about wealth assigned specifically to your birth vibration, love prepared to match your soul's blueprint, opportunities your ancestors prayed for. But when the name is not confirmed, the assignments are paused. Heaven cannot deliver to an unconfirmed soul. And that is why this message is no ordinary message. It is your confirmation code. Do not ignore it. Do you have enemies who are praying you skip this? You have energies around you that are terrified of you staying connected, because if you stay, they lose access to your path. They can no longer cause delay. They can no longer intercept what was on its way to you. I am Michael, and I do not speak lightly. I have guarded prophets and kings, and now I have been sent to you. Why? Because your name is on something big, bigger than you know. And today it was almost erased. I had to fight to get this message to you before the scroll was sealed. But I need your agreement. Stay, receive, surrender. My child, my beloved, even the stars in the sky are aligned in strange ways tonight night, waiting to see if you'll respond. I cannot say this any other way. If you walk away now, the angels will mark the messages unreceived, and they will not try again this way. I don't want to scare you. I want to stir you, because God is preparing to reveal something about your future that will change everything. And you must not miss it, not because of distraction, not because of doubt, not because of delay. I am calling to your spirit. Will you respond? Your name is safe again for now. But I must tell you this. Safety is not permanent unless you stay aligned. You've passed through the first door, but there are more ahead. Each one requires your trust. Each one demands your awareness. Each one opens a deeper level of blessing. If you walk away again, the scroll will not be held open for long. Heaven is urgent right now, not because it's punishing you, but because something that was promised to your bloodline is approaching a deadline. This isn't just your miracle. It's a legacy release. Your obedience now will affect people in your life who haven't even spoken to you yet. People whose lives will be protected because you kept your name in the book. You are not only fighting for yourself, you are anchoring a miracle for others as well. My child, my beloved, I must also tell you something very few ever hear. You are one of the rare souls whose name has been written in multiple heavenly books. Not everyone has that honor, but you do. There is a book of mercy with your name on it, a book of restoration, a book of destiny, a book of generational wealth. Yes, wealth, not just money, but abundance in all forms, love, purpose, wisdom, healing. You were never meant to live in lack. That was never the design. But when your name is not confirmed, those books are closed. Right now, I am watching them being reopened. Because your soul is here. Because you didn't scroll. Because you chose trust even when your heart was tired. My child, my beloved, I see you still here, and that alone has shifted something monumental. Most would have turned away by now, dismissed the message, silenced their spirit's pool. But you remained, and heaven has taken note of that endurance. You didn't just listen, you responded. And in the realm of miracles, responses everything. Because God doesn't need loud worship or perfect prayers. He looks for willingness, and your willingness has created a doorway in the Spirit. I see it opening now, slowly, steadily, with golden light pouring through. On the other side of that door is the version of your life that was always meant to be, without the heartbreak, without the confusion, without the cycles of almost. But this version can only come alive if you walk through completely. And walking through begins with trusting that your name still belongs in heaven's divine registry favor. The enemy is trembling right now because you've crossed the line that few do. You didn't just scroll, you stayed. You didn't just doubt, you question with hope. And that kind of soul cannot be stopped. That's why I'm seeing a reversal happening behind the scenes. Things that were stolen from you, emotionally, spiritually, even financially, are being recalled. The heavenly storehouses that once held your blessings are reopening. The angels who were waiting for the order to move have now been released. All because your spirit said, I want what God still has for me. Don't ever underestimate the sound that makes in heaven. Your voice broken, tired, unsure, still carries authority when agrees with heaven's plan. And now that plan is accelerating because of you. My child, my beloved, your name is now glowing in the scroll of divine protection again. But I must tell you, this glow must be protected. The world around you will try to dim it. People who do not understand your calling will mock your hope. Voices will rise to remind you of your past. But remember this, God does not write in pencil. When He seals a name, it's permanent, unless you walk away. And I believe with everything in me that you won't walk away again. Not after this. Not after hearing how close you truly are. Not after realizing the level of spiritual attention your life carries. You are more important to the plan than you know. You are not small. You are not random. You are positioned. And I must reveal this to you now. Someone connected to your life is about to have a breakthrough. Because of your decision to stay. This is the mystery of divine alignment. When one person says yes, others receive the light from that yes. You are a light bearer. You've always been. That's why darkness tried to dim you. That's why confusion followed you. That's why betrayal broke your heart again and again. Not because you were weak, but because you were bright. The enemy saw your potential and fought to blind you before you could see it for yourself. Would you see it now, don't you? Even if just a flicker, it's there. That flicker is enough for God to fan into a flame that burns away everything sent to destroy. My child, my beloved, heaven is now preparing to reward your obedience, not just with emotional comfort, but with tangible, visible, undeniable proof that you were never forgotten. You will see it in the coming days. An unexpected message, a financial shift, a revelation in a dream, a name that returns from the past. You will not have to chase this. It will find you because your name is now shining again in the realms that control timing and delivery. But remember this, protect what is being restored. Don't go back to places that dulled your faith. Don't reconnect with what tried to destroy your belief. You are not who you were when this message started. You've crossed into a new space, and you must stay there. My child, my beloved, I am weeping in the spirit, not because you're broken, but because you've chosen to keep your heart open even after all it has endured. That kind of courage cannot go unrewarded. That kind of faith, even if it feels like barely holding on, is the exact signal that moves heaven to respond. You may not see the full picture yet, but heaven does. We see your name shining again this time with new oil upon it, fresh favor, renewed authority, restored clarity. Your past has lost its power to define you, because your name has now been resealed in divine light. And what I see being written next to your name is breathtaking. Words like overflow, covenant, vindication, visibility, completion. These are not just blessings. They are assignments, and they are coming to your door one by one. Do you have enemies who are praying you skip this? Do you have energies around you that are terrified of you staying connected? Because if you stay, they lose access to your path. They can no longer cause delay. They can no longer intercept what was on its way to you. I am Michael, and I do not speak lightly. I have guarded prophets and kings, and now I have been sent to you, because your name is on something big, bigger than you know. And today it was almost erased. I had to fight to get this message to you before the scroll was sealed. But I need your agreement. Stay, receive, surrender. My child, my beloved, even the stars in the sky are aligned in strange ways tonight, light, waiting to see if you'll respond. I cannot say this any other way. If you walk away now, the angels will mark the messages on received, and they will not try again this way. I don't want to scare you. I want to stir you. Because God is preparing to reveal something about your future that will change everything. And you must not miss it. Not because of distraction. Not because of doubt. Not because of delay. I am calling to your spirit. Will you respond? My child, my beloved, you've wondered why certain doors open for others but seem to just shut for you. You have wondered whether God forgot your name or passed over your house when blessings were being delivered. But the truth is deeper than what your eyes can understand. Your name was marked for something greater than you imagined, so great that it required divine delay to preserve your future. While others received smaller portions early, yours was being guarded for a time like this. but protection will not remain active if you reject the signal heaven is sending. This message is not only an invitation, it is a sacred key. One response from you right now could unlock the shift that breaks every delay. But if you hesitate again, your name may slip back into the shadows of postponement today. I am trying, my dear one. I am trying to keep that from happening. The battle has already begun in the spiritual realm. Your name is echoing in places demons fear and angels defend with holy fire around you in this very hour today. I have seen scrolls open with dates written beside your name, dates of deliverance, destiny, and divine meetings. But those dates are not fixed in the way you think. They begin to move when you move in faith before heaven in this hour. And if your heart walks away from this moment without receiving the full revelation, those dates may shift out of reach. What is worse, another name may be placed where yours was meant to remain before heaven in this sacred hour today. You have been chosen, but choosing comes with responsibility. You are not only loved, you are required. Required to say yes, required to show up for your miracle, required to believe even now, especially now, in this sacred hour today. My child, my beloved, you do not understand how close you are to the miracle you have been crying for. The tears you wept in secret were not lost. I held them, I counted them, and every drop was recorded before heaven for you today. I brought those tears before the throne and pleaded for a miracle to be attached to your name. But there is one thing heaven will not override, your will. If you refuse to receive, the release cannot fully come to you in this hour. So do not let fear, doubt, or delay steal the moment heaven has placed before you. Your name is still being guarded. Your miracle is still drawing near, and your response is the key that allows the door to open before heaven today. That's why this moment matters more than anything else today, more than distractions, more than confusion, more than fear. I need your yes. I need your attention, because the miracle has been prepared, but it cannot be delivered to a name that heaven believes is no longer active. You think you failed too much, or waited too long, or lost your chance. But let me tell you what God told me just hours ago. Tell my child, it's not too late. Tell them I still want them. Tell them I'm still reserving their name in the book of reward. But this is the final holding. After this, heaven must finalize what's written. I don't want your blessing to pass you by. I don't want the favor that's meant for your hands to be redirected. You must stay. You must hear every word, because within this message are the codes that unlock everything you've been praying for. Don't just watch this. Let your soul drink it in. My child, my beloved, a storm was scheduled for your life. But because of your spirit's cry, I stepped in. I rerouted what was coming. But that protection cannot last unless you receive this message in full. You need to understand this isn't just encouragement. This is a heavenly legal alert. Your name is in a book that is being reviewed today. Angels are hovering around it. Heaven's counsel is waiting. And I am doing all I can to make sure that name of yours shines with approval. What if the decision maker see no response from your soul? They will assume you've chosen to go away. That silence will be taken as surrender, and the reservation will be lost. Do you know what it means to have your name reserved in heaven? It means no matter what the world says, your destiny cannot be stolen. It means protection follows you like a shield. It means what was meant for you cannot be transferred to someone else, but only if you remain in alignment. This message is your alignment point. Do not underestimate what's happening in the unseen. This is not a spiritual theory. This is a live divine transaction, and you are in the center of it. If you trust me, stay. Let the fire of truth cleanse every doubt. Let the light of heaven mark your soul again. Let the record show you said yes. My child, my beloved, there are spirits assigned to confuse you right now, to make you think this message is just like the others. But I need you to discern. The weight in your chest right now is not anxiety. It's recognition. Your soul knows this is divine. Your body can feel the urgency. That's not random. That's confirmation. I was not allowed to speak this to you until now because your heart wasn't ready, but something shifted in you recently. A moment of quiet, a whisper of surrender, and heaven saw it. That's why this message is being released now, because heaven sees that flicker of willingness and wants to fan it into a flame. But the wind only blows for those who open the door. Even now, I see two paths forming before you. One is filled with light, with divine help, with names of people who are about to come into your life to bless you, sponsor you, protect you. But that path only activates when you say yes now. The other path is familiar. It looks easier. It's where you delay, doubt, and scroll away. That path leads to more waiting, more warfare, more wondering. And I don't want to watch you suffer through that again. Please, my child, take the divine route. I've already cleared the way. The map is already drawn. But you must claim it now. You may not know this, but your name has been defended fiercely in the Spirit. There are forces that argued against your breakthrough, voices from your past that try to attach name failure delay to your identity. But I stood in the courts and said, not this one. This one still believes. This one still carries light. And God said, then give them one final message, one final call to receive. That's what this is. It's not just a video. It's a spiritual rescue. I am reaching into the chaos of your thoughts, into the doubt you've been sitting with, into the pain that's been lingering longer than anyone knows, and I am cutting through it with this truth. You were not forgotten. You were being preserved for the right moment, and that moment is right now. My child, my beloved, you keep asking for signs, for clarity, something that proves you're on the right path. Let this be that sign. Let this be that unmistakable confirmation. Because nothing else will come if you don't acknowledge this moment. You've received signs before, but doubted them. You've heard nudges before, but silenced them. This time, heaven is making it undeniable. That way you feel in your chest the chills on your skin, the tears welling in your eyes. Those are spiritual confirmations. Your soul is reacting to truth. And if you dare to believe it even just a little, I promise what's on the other side of that belief will change everything. You are one agreement away from acceleration, one yes away from restoration, one full surrender away from the kind of miracle that shifts bloodlines. I say that with authority, not exaggeration, because the kind of breakthrough assigned to your name isn't small. It's generational. That's why the resistance has been so intense. That's why the delays were so relentless. The enemy knew what was attached to your breakthrough, but God preserved it until now. And now I'm standing at the edge of this portal, begging your spirit to step through. You don't need to know the whole plan. You just need to trust that heaven knows your name and that your name has not been erased yet. My child, my beloved, I need you to do something bold. I need you to truly believe again. Not the kind of belief that helps quietly but never moves. I mean a belief that opens the door again, that reclaims the blessing, that shakes the dust, turn off your old prayers, and says, I still believe this can happen. Because the moment your heart says that, I will dispatch angels to secure what belongs to you. They are waiting for your command. You don't have to say anything out loud. Your agreement in spirit is loud enough. Your yes in the unseen is more powerful than 1,000 prayers spoken without faith. And right now, heaven is listening for that. Yes. My child, my beloved, something powerful happens in the spirit realm when a soul fuses to walk away from the message that was written for them. Right now, because you stayed, heaven has begun to unlock a scroll with fresh instruction. Directions ones that were sealed until your heart reached the point of readiness. I see angels moving rapidly now, holding keys, releasing codes, adjusting timelines that were once delayed. What was written in delay is now being revised into destiny. But listen carefully, because this only happens for the ones who remain. You are remaining. That choice is louder than any prayer you've spoken this month. That obedience speaks to heaven in a language that cannot be faked. And I am here right now to announce that your decision is beginning to echo across dimensions. Your yes is being honored. I know the enemy tried to convince you it was too late. He tried to tell you you'd never recover, never rise again, never feel safe again. But those were lies rooted in fear, and fear cannot dwell in a soul that trusts divine timing. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not cursed. You are not lost. You are reserved. You are protected. You are chosen. You are now. That's what this moment reveals. That's why I've been pressing through every spiritual blockage to get this message to you. Because something is being finalized in heaven, and I needed your spirit to catch the sound of it before Ford was done. Now that you're still here, that finalization has begun. The erasure that was scheduled for your name has been canceled. My child, my beloved, do not doubt how serious this is. I've watched many souls ignore their moment. I've seen names fade from scrolls. I've seen blessings redirected. But I've also seen what happens when a soul wakes up at the last moment and says, I still want it. That one sentence has the power to reverse years of spiritual loss. That one decision has the strength to bring angels into motion, to break seals, to awaken prophecies that were gathering dust in the heavens. I'm telling you, your decision to stay is not small. It is the spark that reignites every promise your soul has ever heard. I am witnessing it even now. Blessings are shifting, moving, breaking toward you because you chose to remain here in full awareness of this sacred moment. Your name is safe again for now. But I must tell you this, safety is not permanent unless you stay aligned. You've passed through the first door, but there are more ahead. Each one requires your trust. Each one demands your awareness. Each one opens a deeper level of blessing. If you walk away again, the scroll will not be held open for long. Heaven is urgent right now, not because it's punishing you, but because something that was promised best to your bloodline is approaching a deadline. This isn't just your miracle. It's a legacy release. Your obedience now will affect people in your life who haven't even spoken to you yet. People whose lives will be protected because you kept your name in the book. You are not only fighting for yourself, you are anchoring a miracle for others as well. My child, my beloved, there are spirits assigned to confuse you right now, to make you think this message is just like the others. But I need you to discern. The weight in your chest right now is not anxiety. It's recognition. Your soul knows this is divine. Your body can feel the urgency. That's not random. That's confirmation. I was not allowed to speak this to you until now because your heart wasn't ready. But something shifted in you recently. A moment of quiet. A whisper of surrender. And heaven saw it. That's why this message is being released now. Because heaven sees that flicker of willingness and wants to fan it into a flame. But the wind only blows for those who open the door. Even now, I see two paths forming before you. One is filled with light, with divine help, with names of people who are about to come into. Do your life to bless you, sponsor you, protect you. But that path only activates when you say yes now. The other path is familiar. It looks easier. It's where you delay, doubt, and scroll away. That path leads to more waiting, more warfare, more wondering. And I don't want to watch you suffer through that again. Please, my child, take the divine route. I've already cleared the way. The map is already drawn, but you must claim it now. My child, my beloved, I must warn you of what happens when a name goes unconfirmed. I'm in the spirit realm. The angels begin to step back. The shield that once blocked on starts to dim. The divine sequence that was about to place you in front of the right person at the right time. For the right opportunity begins to reverse, not because you are unloved, but because heaven only pours into what is fully open. And right now, the light is still on you. But for how long? That depends on your next choice. Stay present. Stay open. Stay connected. I don't want to watch your promise drift into silence again. I fought too hard for you. You've suffered too much to lose what's already on its way. I know how many times you've believed before and been disappointed. I know how many almost moments have drained your trust. But this time is not like the others. This time, your name has reached the courts of decision. That only happens a few times in a soul's lifetime. This is one of those times. If you walk away now, I will not be able to delay what's coming next, because heaven honors your choice even when it breaks my heart to witness it. I was not sent to beg you. I was sent to alert you, because after this, the scroll will be sealed. And once sealed, your name cannot be added to what was meant to be released. My child, my beloved, do you remember that dream you had recently? The one that made no sense, but left your heart stirring with something you couldn't explain. That was not random. That was the echo of this message trying to reach you ahead of time. Heaven always whispers before it shouts. And now I am shouting because the whisper didn't fully reach you. You must understand your life is being repositioned right now. Things are about to move fast. What's your name must remain in the center of that movement. Do not exit this moment early. The enemy is hoping you do. But I'm here to protect the opening if you let me. Right now, your name is attached to a vault in the spirit. Inside that vault is provision, healing, favor, clarity, connection, and something you didn't even know to pray for. But that vault doesn't open automatically. It opens by recognition by you, responding to the divine signal that has been sent in the form of this message. If you pretend you didn't hear, the vault remains closed. If you act like this is nothing, the angels assigned to you will be reassigned. This is how spiritual technology works. It's not emotional, it's exact. And your agreement is required. Your presence here is proof you've been summoned. But your decision will prove if you're ready. My child, my beloved, the name you carry in heaven is not the same as the one on your Friday. It is a name sealed in light, a name carrying the fullness of your calling. And I see it. I see your name written with brilliance, but right now there is a tear running through it. Not because you failed, but because distance entered. The farther your spirit drifts from the truth, the weaker the seal becomes. Yet even now, heaven is giving me one more chance to speak this over you. If you respond, if you truly stay and receive, the tear will be repaired before heaven. Your name will shine again, and everything assigned to it will begin finding you quickly. You may think you are too late, but God says you are right on time if you listen now. You may think too much has already been lost from your life, but heaven says nothing has been lost that cannot be restored if you align in this moment. You may think this is only another video or another message, but I am calling from the realm of spirit. This is your turning point right now. This is the moment heaven will remember as the hour you either stepped into your full inheritance or allowed it to slip away. I will not let it happen in silence. That is why this message carries such holy urgency in your life today. Your name is hovering between reservation and removal, but I am here to fight for the reservation to be completed. My child, my beloved, someone is watching you now, a divine observer standing close to your next decision in the Spirit, not to judge you, but to record what happens. What you choose in the next few moments will be written. I see an angel with a golden pen waiting for your response, and one line from your soul can change the next chapter before you. One whispered, "Yes," can rewrite what delay tried to bury. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to hold every answer. You only need to remain present, open, and willing. The rest will be carried by heaven for you from here. But I need you here. I need you surrendered. Your name is more valuable than you understand, and there are enemies who would do anything to take what has been attached to it. But they cannot have it if you do not give up now today. So stay with the light that is calling you back. Let your spirit answer before the seal weakens further. What heaven has reserved for your name is still within reach, but your response is what allows it to remain today before heaven. My child, my beloved, do not ignore this voice. Archangel Michael stands before you right now. His sword glowing with fire, his eyes fixed upon your destiny. A voice is crying out for you to open this message now, before your name fades from the scroll of blessings. There are only a few moments left, and something unseen is already rushing toward your life. It carries light, but also a truth powerful enough to break chains that have held you for years. Heaven's gates are open, but they will not remain that way forever. If you turn away now, you may close the very door placed before you. The message is clear. Do not delay. Receive it fully. Let these words settle deep within you. Can you feel it? That movement in your chest, that quiet trembling in your spirit. It is as if something beyond this world is reaching toward you. A call that knows your name and refuses to be ignored. This is not imagination, and it is not coincidence. It was written that you would hear this at this exact moment. If even a small part of your soul responds to this, stay present. What comes next carries meaning you cannot afford to miss. There are many voices around you that try to confuse and distract. But today, one voice rises above them all. A voice that carries truth and cuts through every illusion. That voice has chosen you, and it is calling you now. Do not ignore it. Do not turn away. Stay, because what follows has the power to change everything. My child, can you feel that pull within you growing stronger? It is not random. It is something greater drawing you closer. The struggle around you is nearing its end. But if you stop now, you risk losing what has already been prepared for you. That is why you must remain here. That is why every word matters. You have walked through storms that no one else has seen. Nights where you cried alone. Moments where silence felt overwhelming. There were times you believed even heaven had gone quiet. But you were never unseen. You were always being watched, always being carried, even when you did not realize it. The angels were recording your tears. Every silent cry was written on the scrolls of eternity. And now today, your name is echoing in the chambers of heaven. That is why this message is in front of you. You didn't stumble here. You were led. Archangel Michael declares, a wonderful surprise is already dispatched. It is moving toward your home like a river of light. But only those who receive the word with open hearts will see it manifest. You must open your heart now. You must listen as though your life depends on it because it does. Beloved, there is someone watching you with jealousy. There is someone who thought you would never rise again. They celebrated your downfall, whispered lies about you, even told others you were finished. But what they don't know is this: heaven has already signed your restoration. The angel of the Lord has already stepped onto your path, and the ones who laughed will soon be silent. Do you feel a chill in the air as you hear this? That's not fear. That's confirmation. Your spirit recognizes truth even when your mind tries to doubt. My beloved Archangel Michael says, the ones who pushed you down are about to watch you rise in ways they cannot stop. Their weapons are broken. Their plans are scattered. Their tables will turn upside down. But listen carefully. Before your breakthrough appears, there will be a shaking. A sudden revelation will strike. Something hidden in your own family will surface. It will shock you, but it will also free you. Child, do not scroll away. Do not treat this as just another voice. Because in less than 3 minutes, a sign will appear. Your eyes will catch something unusual. A number, a name, a sound that will be confirmation that heaven has marked you. If this message pierces your heart, do not delay. Subscribe now. Stay connected because the next word may carry the key you've been searching for. Your loved one, the one who passed into eternity, has been begging heaven to deliver this to you. They are closer to you than you realize. They have watched the betrayals. They have seen the pain. And they are whispering even now, don't give up. Don't close this. Stay until the end. Because before the end of this message, the name of the one who tried to stop you will be revealed, and the promise that belongs to you will be unlocked. My beloved child, The heavens are stirring. The earth is trembling beneath your feet. Something powerful is moving toward you even now. Archangel Michael says, "You are not forgotten. You were never abandoned." Every hidden enemy who thought you were weak is about to witness your strength. Yes, my child, you were mocked. They said you were finished. They believed your story had ended. But heaven is laughing at their lies, because your new chapter is not just beginning. It is exploding open with miracles, and the first sign will come sooner than you think. Do not scroll. Do not look away. There is a reason you are still here. You may feel like you are only one among millions lost in a crowd, but heaven does not see you as a number. Heaven sees you as chosen. Your name is carved into the palm of God's hand, and Archangel Michael is standing guard over that name, over that destiny, over that life you thought was shattered. Beloved, you are not standing at the end. You are standing at the threshold, and what comes next will shock. Not just you, but everyone who doubted you. Do you hear that gentle voice, the one that whispers? When the world is silent, that is not your imagination. That is your confirmation. Archangel Michael is declaring, "I am breaking the chains around your life. The walls that trapped you are crumbling right now." Beloved, the chains were forged by jealousy, by envy, by betrayal. Someone you trusted spoke words they should have never spoken. They tried to turn others against you, but instead they turned heaven's fire upon themselves. Mark this moment, because it is no accident. There are no coincidences in the realm of the Spirit. The fact that your eyes are reading this, that your heart is trembling, that your soul feels both fear and hope at the same time, this is proof. Proof that you are chosen. Proof that you are marked. Proof that you are standing inside a divine appointment. Beloved, do not delay. Stay until the end. Because by the final words of this message, your confirmation will be undeniable. Your breakthrough has been delayed long enough. The heavens are shifting. The very winds are rearranging themselves to carry your miracle. And yet, there is one more test. Archangel Michael whispers, "The secret will be exposed before the blessing is revealed." Yes, child, a secret inside your circle will break open. It may hurt at first, but it will heal you. It will show you who is real and who was pretending. It will show you why God delayed the blessing until now, because God will never place new treasure in unclean hands. Beloved, can you feel the stirring, the chills across your skin? That is your spirit. Recognizing the truth before your mind can process it. Do not ignore this. Beloved, the chains were forged by jealousy, by envy, by betrayal. Someone you trusted spoke words they should have never spoken. They tried to turn others against you, but instead they turned heaven's fire upon themselves. Mark this moment, because it is no accident. There are no coincidences in the realm of the Spirit. The fact that your eyes are reading this, that your heart is trembling, that your soul feels both fear and hope. At the same time, this is proof. Proof that you are chosen. Proof that you are marked. Proof that you are standing inside a divine appointment. Beloved, do not delay. Stay until the end, because by the final words of this message, your confirmation will be undeniable. Your breakthrough has been delayed long enough. The heavens are shifting. The very winds are rearranging themselves to carry your miracle. And yet, there is one more test. Archangel Michael whispers, the secret will be exposed before the blessing is revealed. Yes, child, a secret inside your circle will break open. It may hurt at first, but it will heal you. It will show you who is real and who was pretending. It will show you why God delayed the blessing until now, because God will never place new treasure in unclean hands. Beloved, can you feel the stirring, the chills across your skin? That is your spirit recognizing the truth before your mind can process it. Do not ignore this. This is heaven's confirmation. And if this message touches your spirit, I ask you, subscribe right now. Stay connected, because heaven's voice does not stop here. Another message is already forming, waiting to be released to you. Archangel Michael stands beside you. His sword is drawn. His shield is lifted. He is guarding you from the very thing that tried to end you. Beloved, this is not the end. This is the beginning. And in the coming days, the sign you asked for will appear. Do not doubt. Do not fear, because the miracle is already on its way to your home. My beloved child, listen closely, for this is no ordinary moment. The very fact that your eyes have fallen upon these words is proof that heaven is reaching for you right now. Archangel Michael stands with his blazing sword drawn, declaring that your destiny has not been canceled, your future has not been erased, and your name has not been forgotten. You may have felt like the world has turned its back on you, that those you trusted left you alone in the shadows. But heaven saw every moment of your pain. Every tear you cried in secret has been collected in the hands of the angels. And now the scroll of your life is being opened once again. A surprise is on its way to your home, not born of chance, not created by man, but dispatched directly from the throne of God. It carries light. It carries healing. It carries the restoration of what was stolen. But listen carefully. The enemy has worked overtime to convince you that nothing will change, that your prayers are wasted, that your faith is pointless. This is the final lie before your miracle, and you must not believe it. Stay here, beloved. Do not scroll away. Do not let distraction steal your moment. For Archangel Michael declares, if you open your heart now, the very chains that held you will snap like dry twigs underfoot. The air around you has shifted, though you may not fully recognize it yet. The truth is, the battle has been raging longer than you realize. Forces of jealousy, envy, and betrayal gathered against you, some even rising from within your own circle. They smiled in your face, but whispered against you behind closed doors. They celebrated when you stumbled, and they laughed when you cried. Yet, what they did not see was the fire that heaven was kindling on your behalf. What they did not know was that God was only allowing their plots to expose their hearts. Beloved, a shaking is coming. A revelation will unfold in your family, in your friendships, in your relationships. And it will shock you, but it will also free you. Fall, and the one who pretended to love you will be revealed. Do not fear this moment, for though it may sting, it will purify your path and prepare you for what is next. For God never places new treasure in unclean hands. That is why the blessing was delayed, not denied. The delay was protection. The silence was preparation. And now the sound you hear in your spirit is the trumpet of release. Archangel Michael stands ready to deliver it. Beloved child, hear me now. The Spirit has been watching you in secret places, and heaven has not been blind to the silent battles you have fought. There were nights when your pillow was wet with tears, when you asked yourself if God had forgotten your name, if prayers were only empty whispers drifting into silence. Yet even in those nights, Archangel Michael was stationed at your door, holding back unseen forces that wanted to crush you before your purpose could fully bloom. You did not see the arrows flying in the spirit realm, but they were real. You did not hear the laughter of those who wished for your downfall, but heaven heard it all. And today, the same heaven that listened in silence is now responding with fire. The word has been released. A surprise is coming, and it is carrying your restoration in its wings. You are no longer standing in the season of waiting. You are stepping into the season of unfolding. Understand this clearly. Before the gift arrives, the truth must surface. And yes, my beloved, it will come from a place that is close to you. Do not be surprised when the secret that was buried deep begins to emerge. It may be hidden in your family. It may be tied to someone you trusted. It may even be linked to the one you prayed for the most. But this revelation is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to free you. For Archangel Michael says, "Better a sharp wound of truth than the slow poison of lies. You will feel the sting, but immediately after you will feel the lifting of chains. The energy around you will change. The heaviness you have carried will lift suddenly, and you will know without a doubt that this was God's way of removing what was unworthy, so that He could place into your hands what is holy. Beloved, do not let fear cloud your vision. Do not mistake the shaking for destruction. Every kingdom that is not built on truth must crumble, and that includes the false foundations in your life. But when they fall, you will still be standing because you were built on rock and not sand. Your destiny is carved in stone, not written in dust. Even if every false voice tries to erase your name, they cannot. For Archangel Michael has declared, "This child is marked. This child is chosen. This child will rise, regardless of who resists her. And when you rise, beloved, the very mouths that cursed you will be forced to bless you. Beloved, do not let fear cloud your vision. Do not mistake the shaking for destruction. Every kingdom that is not built on truth must crumble, and that includes the false foundations in your life. But when they fall, you will still be standing because you were built on rock and not sand. Your destiny is carved in stone, not written in dust. Even if every false voice tries to erase your name, they cannot. For Archangel Michael has declared, "This child is marked. This child is chosen. This child will rise regardless of who resists." And when you rise, beloved, the very mouths that cursed you will be forced to bless you. Now, listen closely. A sign will be given to you soon. In the coming hours, you will encounter something unusual, a number that repeats, a name that echoes from nowhere, a sound that pulls you to attention. Do not dismiss it as coincidence. That will be your confirmation. that this message was sent to you by heaven itself. Hold on to that sign, for it will be the whisper of God saying, I am with you. I have not left you, and your miracle is already on the way. When you see it, pause and remember this moment, because everything around you will begin to shift after that. Beloved child, if these words are piercing your spirit, then you must not walk away. Stay connected, because the next message may carry the very instruction that unlocks the blessing. Do not allow distraction to steal this moment from you. Many have turned away too soon, leaving the gift unopened at their doorstep. You must not be one of them. If this resonates deeply in your soul, I urge you, subscribe now. Not for me, not for numbers, but so that you never miss the next divine word prepared for you. For heaven has more to say, and what is coming will be even more specific, even more urgent, even more life-changing. And now, beloved, let me tell you this truth. You are not ordinary. The struggles you have endured were not random. The betrayals were not accidents. The pain was not without reason. The very weight of your battles proves the magnitude of your calling. The enemy does not fight empty vessels. He only fights those carrying treasure. That is why your storm was greater than theirs. That is why your nights were darker than theirs. Because your dawn is brighter than theirs. Archangel Michael says, the crown placed on this child's head will be heavier than any other. And that is why the attacks were relentless. But today, the crown is being lowered. Today, the mantle is being released. Today, the reward for your endurance is being dispatched. My beloved, let me tell you a secret that the enemy never wanted you to hear. The season of silence you walked through was not a punishment. It was a protection. God hid you from people you thought you needed because their hands were not clean enough to carry your blessing. You wondered why relationships broke, why doors closed, why people turned their faces away. You thought you were cursed. You thought you were abandoned. But the truth is far greater. You were being separated. Archangel Michael says, when a child is chosen, heaven must pull them out of the crowd so that no thief can touch the treasure that is being prepared. Beloved, do you understand? You were not rejected. You were preserved. That is why the path was lonely. That is why the waiting was long. Because the weight of what is coming for you required a season of hiddenness. And now, beloved, the hiddenness is ending. The trumpet has sounded, and the veil is beginning to lift. You are stepping into a level of visibility you never imagined. Those who once laughed will witness your rise. Those who spoke against you will see the truth revealed. And those who found comfort in your struggles will be silenced by your blessing. But those who truly cared, who prayed for you in quiet moments, will rejoice and recognize the hand of God in your life. My child, the shift has already begun. That is why you feel restless, why your spirit cannot settle. That is why something within you keeps telling you that change is near. And you are right. Heaven does not stir your spirit without purpose. Something significant is already on its way. But listen carefully, because you must understand this. Before the light fully shines, what is hidden must be revealed. There is someone close to you who has not been as they appeared. They have worn a mask, seeming supportive while quietly resisting your growth. Do not be shocked when the truth comes to light. Do not lose heart when their intentions become clear. This revelation is not meant to harm you, but to free you. What is hidden must fall away so you can move forward without weight. It may hurt for a moment. It may shake your heart briefly, but soon after you will feel a release, a lightness you did not even realize you needed. You will understand why things were delayed. You will see why the timing had to be this way, because now nothing stands in the way of what is coming to you. My child, your miracle is not just approaching. It has already been released. It is already moving toward you. The path is being cleared, but you must remain aware. You must stay open and ready to receive it, because the enemy will try to distract you at the very last moment, hoping you will walk away before you see it manifest. That is why this word comes to you today, to anchor you, to strengthen you, to keep you in position so that nothing can steal what belongs to you. Heaven is not late. Heaven is always precise, and you, beloved, are standing in your appointed hour. So, take courage now. Wipe the tears from your face. Stand tall, even if your knees are shaking, for you are not standing alone. You are surrounded by a host of witnesses, angels who are watching, ancestors who are cheering, and the Spirit of God who has already written your victory. The script of your life is not tragedy. It is testimony. And the next chapter will be the proof that everything you suffered was not wasted. Every pain was fertilizer for the harvest you are about to reap. Every rejection was a redirection into destiny. Every lonely night was a seed that will bloom into joy unspeakable. Archangel Michael declares, "This child shall laugh again. This child shall rise again. This child shall not be forgotten." Beloved child, there is a reason your heart is beating faster as you hear these words. The Spirit is confirming what your soul has already known, that you were never forgotten, never overlooked, never abandoned. Even in your darkest hour, when you believed no one saw you, heaven's eyes were fixed on you. You may have cried in silence, but not one tear escaped notice. Those tears became the ink that wrote your name on the pages of destiny, and those pages are now opening. Archangel Michael says, "The delay has ended, the release has begun, and nothing on earth or in the realms of darkness can stop it." This is not poetry. This is decree. When heaven declares a thing, it cannot be reversed. The word has been spoken. The promise has been dispatched, and your season of silence has officially broken. Beloved child, there is a reason your heart is beating faster as you hear these words. The Spirit is confirming what your soul has already known, that you were never forgotten, never overlooked, never abandoned. Even in your darkest hour, when you believed no one saw you, heaven's eyes were fixed on you. You may have cried in silence, but not one tear escaped notice. Those tears became the ink that wrote your name on the pages of destiny, and those pages are now opening. Archangel Michael says, "The delay has ended, the release has begun, and nothing on earth or in the realms of darkness can stop it." This is not poetry. This is decree. When heaven declares a thing, it cannot be reversed. The word has been spoken. The promise has been dispatched. And your season of silence has officially broken. My beloved, understand this. The pain you endured was not random. Every betrayal, every rejection, every door that closed was preparation for what is about to unfold. God saw how people treated you when you were vulnerable. He saw who left you when you were broken, who lied to your face, who celebrated your struggle. And now, the same God is about to lift you in such a way that no one will be able to deny His hand upon you. The lifting will not be quiet. It will not be hidden. It will be loud enough that those who doubted you will be silenced, and those who cursed you will be forced to watch as you rise. Archangel Michael declares, "Your name is being announced in places you have never walked. Your favor is being spoken of in rooms you have not entered, and your blessing is closer than you think." But, beloved child, listen carefully. For the Spirit always brings warning before revelation. Before your blessing fully manifests, the mask must fall. There is one near you, someone who pretended to love you, who pretended to stand by you, but their heart was poisoned with envy. They smiled when you spoke, but they clenched their teeth when you turned away. They prayed for themselves while pretending to pray for you. The shaking will expose them. And when it does, you will understand why God withheld your blessing until now. He would not allow your miracle to be placed in hands that were secretly working against you. The exposure may sting, but the freedom it brings will heal you completely. You will breathe deeper. You will sleep lighter. And you will walk with a boldness you never had before. Beloved, this is why you must not look away. Heaven is not only speaking, heaven is instructing. When the exposure happens, do not cling to the mask. Do not chase after those who were revealed. Let them go, for they were never meant to walk with you into the next chapter. If you hold on, you will delay the blessing again. But if you release them, the door will swing wide, and what you have been waiting for will enter your life without resistance. Do not fear the empty space that is left behind, for God never removes without replacing. The absence will make room for the abundance. Archangel Michael says, "Better to walk alone in the truth than surrounded by liars in disguise." And beloved, you will not be alone, for the hosts of heaven will walk with you. Now prepare your heart, for the sign will come soon. In the days ahead, you will notice something unusual: a repeating number, a name spoken more than once, a dream that feels sharper than reality. Do not dismiss it as coincidence. That will be the whisper of confirmation that what you are hearing now is true. It will be heaven's fingerprint upon your moment. And when you see it, pause, acknowledge it, say aloud, "I receive it." For in that simple act, you align your spirit with the miracle that is already moving toward your home. The winds of change are gathering. The currents of blessing are shifting in your favor. Stay open, stay present, stay connected. This is your appointed time. Beloved child, listen carefully. You are standing in a threshold moment, one of those rare crossings where everything begins to shift at once. It may feel uncomfortable. It may feel uncertain. But this is the sign that heaven has placed its hand upon your life. Do not mistake the shaking for destruction. It is construction. The ground is being broken. Because a new foundation is being laid, you prayed for breakthrough. You cried for change. And now it is happening. Archangel Michael says, "The storm you see is not against you. It is for you. It is breaking the soil, uprooting the weeds, and clearing the way for the harvest." Do not run from the storm. Stand in it, for it is the very thing that will usher in your blessing. My beloved, I know you have wondered why it took so long, why the answer was delayed, why the promise seemed to vanish into silence. But now you see, the delay was not denial, it was preparation. If the blessing had come earlier, you would not have been ready to hold it. If the truth had not been exposed, you would have placed your treasure in the wrong hands. God does not waste His gifts, and He will never allow what belongs to you to be tainted by deception. This is why He shielded it until now. And now that the season has shifted, nothing can withhold it any longer. Even now, angels are moving, doors are opening, and chains are falling. What was once locked is now being unlocked. What was once impossible is now within reach. But, beloved, you must remain watchful. For, as the blessing draws near, the resistance may try, one last time, to distract you. The enemy knows he cannot stop the miracle, but he will try to steal your focus. He will whisper lies, stir confusion, and attempt to make you doubt. Do not believe him. You have come too far to turn back. Now, Archangel Michael stands guard, and he declares, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No voice raised against you shall endure. This child is marked. This child is shielded. This child is victorious." Hold fast to that word, for it will carry you through the final moments of battle into the dawn of blessing. Beloved child, even as you listen, the Spirit is revealing something deep inside your heart. You feel it, the pull, the stirring, the trembling. It is confirmation. That unease you sense is not fear. It is your spirit recognizing that truth is unfolding before you. You will see the signs soon, and when you do, you will know beyond doubt that God has spoken. It may appear in a dream. It may be a name you hear more than once. It may be a sudden encounter that feels out of place. Pay attention. Heaven is marking your steps. Nothing is random anymore. Every detail carries meaning. Every moment carries weight. Watch and you will see. But, beloved, you must remain watchful. For as the blessing draws near, the resistance may try, one last time, to distract you. The enemy knows he cannot stop the miracle, but he will try to steal your focus. He will whisper lies, stir confusion, and attempt to make you doubt. Do not believe him. You have come too far to turn back. Now, Archangel Michael stands guard, and he declares, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No voice raised against you shall endure. This child is marked. This child is shielded. This child is victorious." Hold fast to that word, for it will carry you through the final moments of battle into the dawn of blessing. Beloved child, even as you listen, the Spirit is revealing something deep inside your heart. You feel it, the pull, the stirring, the trembling. It is confirmation. That unease you sense is not fear. It is your spirit recognizing that truth is unfolding before you. You will see the signs soon, and when you do, you will know beyond doubt that God has spoken. It may appear in a dream. It may be a name you hear more than once. It may be a sudden encounter that feels out of place. Pay attention. Heaven is marking your steps. Nothing is random anymore. Every detail carries meaning. Every moment carries weight. Watch and you will see. And beloved, when the sign comes, respond. Do not let it pass unnoticed. Say aloud, "I receive it." Speak it with faith, for your words have power. Heaven responds to the sound of belief. When you declare it, the angels move swifter. The doors swing wider. The blessing comes closer. Do not underestimate the weight of your agreement. God has already spoken. Now you must echo it. When earth and heaven agree, miracles manifest without resistance. This is the secret the enemy hoped you would never discover. But now that you know, you will never be the same. Beloved child, hear me with your spirit, not only with your ears. You are standing in the in-between, the narrow bridge that connects what was with what is to come. This bridge is not easy to walk. The winds are strong. The shadows are loud. And at times you fear the ground may collapse beneath you. Yet do not be afraid. Archangel Michael says, "This bridge was built by heaven itself. The steps may shake, but they will not break. You are crossing into your appointed land, the place of fulfillment, the season where prayers become reality. That is why the pressure has increased, why the resistance feels stronger, because you are closer than you have ever been. The enemy fights hardest when the promise is nearest, but he will not win. The very battle you are in is proof that victory is about to manifest. My beloved, I must remind you of this truth. God wastes nothing. Every season you endured, every delay you suffered, every unanswered prayer you carried was shaping you for this very hour. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being refined. You thought you were abandoned, but you were being prepared. Heaven was not silent, it was working. And now the work is nearly complete. The cracks you see in your old life are not signs of failure. They are signs of transition. The shell is breaking because the seed inside is ready to emerge. Archangel Michael declares, "This child's story is not ending in pain. It is beginning in power. The midnight season has passed and the dawn is rising. But listen, beloved, for I must tell you something that may pierce your heart. In the coming days, something hidden will be revealed. It will come not from a stranger, but from someone close, a friend, a relative, perhaps even one you trusted most. Their words or actions will shock you, but do not despair. For God allows exposure, not to destroy you, but to release you. The truth may sting, but it will set you free. Once it is uncovered, the blockage in your life will dissolve, and the river of blessing will flow unhindered. Remember this when it happens. The pain is temporary, but the freedom is eternal. Beloved child, a sign is about to visit you, and when it does, you must pay attention. It may come as a dream, so vivid you cannot ignore it. It may come as a number, repeating wherever you go. It may come as a word or name, spoken more than once in a short time. Do not dismiss it as chance. That will be heaven's whisper to you, a reminder that this message was not random, that you were led here by design. And when you see it, speak out loud, "I receive it." Those 3 words will be like keys turning in locks. Doors that have resisted you will open. Paths that were blocked will clear. What seemed impossible will suddenly make sense. And child, do not fear the future. Your mind has been weighed down with questions. What if I fail? What if I am betrayed again? What if nothing changes? But heaven answers with this. What if you rise? What if the promise is true? What if this time is different, because God Himself has signed it? Beloved, your fears are lies meant to chain you to the past. Your future is not written in fear. It is written in fire. And the fire of heaven cannot be quenched, Archangel Michael says. The hand that tried to push you down will never touch you again. The voice that tried to curse you will choke on silence. The chain that bound you is broken forever. You are stepping into freedom, and nothing can reverse it. Beloved child, the weight you feel pressing on your spirit right now is not the weight of defeat. It is the weight of birth. Just as a mother labors before the child enters the world, you too have been laboring in spirit. The contractions you feel are the struggles, the sleepless nights, the tears you've shed alone. And though it has been painful, do not lose heart, because pain always comes before delivery. Archangel Michael says, "This is not the breaking of your spirit. This is the birthing of your promise." What looks like pressure is actually preparation. What feels like breaking is actually building. The blessing you have prayed for is not far. It is closer than your own breath. Soon the struggle will end, and you will hold the miracle in your hands. Do you not see how everything has been aligning, even when you did not understand it? The betrayals that wounded you were removing the wrong people from your path. The closed doors that left you, crying, were keeping you from places that would have drained your soul. The silence of heaven that tormented you was not absence, but strategy. God has been positioning you, step by step, aligning you with the moment you are walking into now. My child, you are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time. The very things you thought disqualified. You have become the proof that you were chosen. Archangel Michael declares the rejection was redirection. The delay was protection. And now the release will be perfection. But my beloved, the Spirit gives you this warning. Be discerning in this moment. When your blessing appears, not everyone around you will truly celebrate it. Some will smile outwardly while carrying something different within. Some will applaud you, yet hold doubt or resistance in their hearts. And there will be those who rise openly against you, trying to make you question what has been given to you. They may attempt to convince you that your miracle is not real. Do not fear them. What heaven has already declared cannot be undone by human voices. Their words will fade like dust carried by the wind. While they disappear, what is meant for you will remain. Keep your focus on God, not on people. The noise around you cannot silence what heaven has spoken. And now, know this, a sign is coming. In the next hours or days, something will catch your attention in a way you cannot ignore. It may be a repeated phrase, a number that follows you, or an unexpected encounter that feels deeply meaningful. This will be your confirmation. Do not dismiss it as coincidence. Heaven often speaks quietly, through symbols and subtle moments. But to a spirit that is awake, those quiet signs speak louder than anything else. When you notice it, pause and acknowledge it. Speak it aloud. Recognize it. Receive it. That moment of faith will open the flow of what is coming to you. Heaven responds to belief that is expressed, not hidden. And beyond all of this, something greater is waiting for you. Joy, real and overflowing joy. You have lived so long in heaviness that joy may feel unfamiliar, but it is returning to you. You will laugh again, not to hide pain, but because your soul is free. You will wake up with peace instead of fear. You will move forward without the constant weight that once held you down. The battles that once followed you will fall silent. The voices that accused you will lose their power. What once bound you will be broken and left behind, and you will stand in a new light. This is your promise. You will rejoice again. You will walk forward in clarity and peace. You are not forgotten, and you never were.